Stupid things. Oh. Oh, I sound like popcorn. Oh, cracking and popping and everything else. We should turn that off again. Oh. Well, somebody's not watching Chalo. Interesting. Oh, feel free, buddy. I've been sleeping way too much. And I gotta get to bed like a normal time so I can do it tomorrow too. So have yourself a good one. Oh, Lord. Yeah, being out with a bunch of kids would probably make me want to sleep too. This is probably going to be a kind of boring one anyways. As I spent the last 2 days trying to develop the technique in order to work on the bonding and the sanding, so there's not much to do. I left the other half of the shell raw because it's pretty much just a lot of tedious dremeling. And annoying as crap. Well, it really is. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing still yet. I mean, I still want to. I have to take it out and use it to pwn somebody, but I think in the long run, it's probably going to end up going for sale or something. Probably what's going to happen with it. Who knows? Maybe I'll open up Patreon and use it for a bid for people to get for Patreon. Like the only way you can buy the blaster that I'm working on online is if you are a Patreon member. You bribe people into doing this. Every kid in the world that give me $1. Be funny. Get yourself some sleep, buddy. You got to be on for Walcom later. I don't even know if I'm going to be on for Walcom later, to be honest. I might turn in for that. All they're going to ask me is about the Fortnite blaster. That's all they're going to say. This is the Fortnite blaster. This is the Fortnite blaster. What do you thoughts on the Fortnite blaster? You see the Fortnite blaster? Hey, Walcom, you play Fortnite? You see the Fortnite blaster? You think it's gonna be special? You think it's gonna be interesting? It's gonna be a strife. It's already a strife. Fortnite. Online arena games. Yeah, they're no fun. No fun those are. No fun those are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be. I can see it being pretty good. Once he starts playing a video game, then he rage. It's like Big Mouth, man. Rage, rage, fucking rage. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm guessing that's probably up your alley a little bit, Homely. Check out if you haven't seen it yet, you should watch Netflix. Yeah, I am too with that. I don't quite know what to do with that over the Fortnite. I like that. The Fortnite blaster. The Fort Stripe. Fort Strife blaster. I like the little adventure thing. I have a neat ideas maybe for that. I'm not. I'm interested in the back part of it. I'm interested in it separately. Because once again, it's kind of like a what do they call them? Took a Tommy 20. Well, you have the drive section, the dart section, and the knot, and like the part section. So basically, what you have a front drive section that's an afterburner. You can shove on anything else, and then you have the back section, which is a pusher. So separately, I have use for both of those things. So I'm pretty sure that I could actually use both, especially the front drive section, depending on what it is. I'm pretty sure I can use that in another mod already for something because I needed a front drive and I didn't like the Tommy 20 front drive because it's too big and it's the only one that kind of has a setup there. I need you to turn my regulator into a 2 lipo monster. How much would that cost? What's a regulator? I have to look up a regulator. Because all I can think of is Young Guns every time I hear the word regulator. Running now. Oh, damn it, Josh. You screwed up my thing, buddy. Where'd it go? Can't get around this. Nerf regulator. Here we go. Oh, that's the one that. Well, what the hell is that? Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that's neat. The Iron Man, so-called Rapid Strike. Blono had up and bought. It's available at Walmart.com. That's neat. Regulator is the one that changes modes, right? Select fire and such. All right. I don't know how to retain the select fire aspect of the entire thing. But if it's the other way, it could be just literally ran like a strife, which I could figure out. Strife circuits aren't too hard. Well, if somebody had to get their message deleted, what was it? Let me see. 909090. I have no idea what the hell that meant, homely. Good call. I don't speak internet. Well, I don't know how you maintain the circuit with the whole thing with the circuit. Like, if I did it, it would lose its select fire capabilities. I guarantee it. It would definitely lose its select fire capability. I know it would because I don't know how to wire anything extremely complicated. I haven't gotten into those like that. I mean, if you picked up the parts and things like that, we could figure out what the price and stuff like that's going to be. We'd have to talk offline for that. But I think you might be better finding somebody that knows how to run that kind of thing. I would suggest if you're looking into getting that, because I think it requires not Arduinos. What the hell do they call them? The buffer things or whatever. Naptown might be a good shot if you're trying to retain the working sections of the thing, because I'm not versed in that yet. MOSFET, that's the word. MOSFET, the bastard son of Swamp Thing and a bounty hunter. Yeah, that's it, the 70-hour strike thing. Mr. Engelstead. That is correct, sir. I think a Streff is a good word for strife, good abbreviation for that. This is probably going to be a boring ass video. Not much at the moment here. I'm debating what I want to do. And after I got the boot from Harbor Freight, I got another job pretty quick, and it's delivering pizzas. But now I just got to, like, my car goes into inspection finally, for God's sake. Huh. How about that? Most viewed video on Amazon. You should make a good link to it for Walmart there and see if that'll work. After I got canned from Harbor Freight, I got the job delivering pizzas. I start Monday. But I just got a call from Ollie's to be a boss man. Well, mid-level boss man, floor boss man. Honestly, I'd be like the guy. Well, no, we're not going to make that joke because that's really racially insensitive. I'd be a floor supervisor. I'm not exactly sure what it entails. I read up on the net, like sites like Glassdoor and stuff like that, and it doesn't look anything different from what I'm used to. What is Ollie's? Ollie's is a place where you go to buy pallets of duct tape and cheap carpet. Pretty much, it's Ollie's bargain outlet there, scratch and dent kind of store. You never know what they're going to have unless you want to get duct tape or like 10 pounds of duct tape or a lifetime supply of electrical tape. You can pretty much go to Ollie's to get your hands on it. It's not the conveyor that worries me, Will. It's the electronics section for the board. I don't want to fry the board because I've wired it wrong. Because I've never tried those before. If I put it in wrong without the right MOSFET, it's going to either fry the MOSFET or fry the board and the MOSFET. And then you're out of luck. I didn't think of that, homely. That stuff would have to go somewhere, and I don't ever consider all a year. That's a good. That's. I wonder if Brickseeker can track that crap. You guys don't know what Brickseeker is. It's a site that makes you mad when you're a retail salesman. It tracks shipments for stores of like blasters and things like that, and Legos and toys. So where you go to put the DCI number or the UPC or the SKU number in, and then it'll tell you what Walmart's in the area or Targets or whatever supposedly have the thing, which is suck because it doesn't always work out that way. You want some poor guy like me that we might have it, but there's a good chance it's buried in the back somewhere and it's completely inaccessible. And I have to put up with people coming in with Hot Wheels toys. Because the Hot Wheel toy collector people can, well, frankly, the guys who used to come in the store can stuff it up their butt. I got so sick of seeing that. We actually started taking all the Hot Wheel toys when they came in. The cars, the packs of cars, the dump bins. We would make sure we had nothing in the back. We made sure there was no Hot Wheels in the back. And every time we got a new toy department associate or manager, all of us were like, yeah, don't take the Hot Wheels back. Keep put them on an end cap, put them out in the dump bin. Doesn't matter. They can't go back because they're just all over the place. Closed toy store. See, that's a problem with Ollie's though, because you can go down the road, and like the Ollie's up the road and the Ollie's down the road might have different crap. Good crap, cheap. Good stuff, cheap. But I'm gonna see how this plays out because I really don't think I want to. Actually, no, I don't. I don't want to go to work for Domino's in the one I'm going to work for on 29th Street because it's the ghetto Domino's. right next to the ghetto Rite Aid and the ghetto Dollar Tree, both of which get robbed all the time. All right, buddy, get some sleep, man. I will squawk at you later. I might do this tomorrow night too, for a bit, not for an exceedingly long time. And I don't feel like working in the ghetto, to be completely honest. And I have now currently Argent TK. Hey, TK. TX. You just got in time to say hi to Homely, because Homely's crashing out, man. He had a long day with kids. Not his kids, other people's kids. Yeah, so like I guess you kind of get what I'm getting at then there, Edward. Like they got like the Pizza Hut job. I mean, that I put in for the one at another store was the thing that made me mad, and then they shifted me down to this store, and I'm not really stoked about having to work at the ghetto store like hours and stuff like that because the two other stores in the plaza are constantly getting robbed. So, like, why would I want to work in this area? Because it's literally like end of the street, and it turns right into government housing. And that's not like everybody. I'm like, everyone's like, oh, it's like I told my buddy, and he's like, "Where's Domino's?" He goes, "That's pretty cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it works right along with what I got." And he's like, "Which one?" I'm like, "The one on 29th Street." And the answer is always, "Oh God." I'm like, "Yeah." So, like, like Monday, I get my car inspected. Tuesday's the interview for that, and I hate to turn down a job that I walked in and just picked up really easy because it's basically it's easy money. But at the same time, the saying is beggars can't be choosers. But you know, foreign money doesn't spend in foreign money spends in foreign lands. You know, not in domestic money. So I'm not real stoked about going to work and seeing how it turn out. And I may figure something else out around that because I'm pretty good at that kind of crap. You know, basically I get on there and lie, tell them my car inspection is having a problem. How about chopping cheese? A chopped cheese? Heard of a chopped cheese? No. What the hell is that? My God, it sounds like something horrible you get a rash for God's sake. Chopped cheese. Ugh. I wouldn't touch her, man. She's got chopped cheese. Oh, God. People still get that? Started playing with this. Of course, the glare makes it impossible to read. It's the glazing putty. Sounds oddly sexual as well. I started playing with this stuff, and I'm having it like the Bondo. I'm having a bit of an issue getting it to harden the way I need it to. Chopped up burger in a hero sandwich with mad cheese. Oh, it's like a cheeseburger sub. Yeah, I've eaten cheeseburger subs. Yeah, we get them. There used to be a place down here by me that did really banging cheeseburger subs, but Italian Pizza and Sub was the name of the restaurant. Still here, but the guy that had all the recipes got pissed at the guy who owned the restaurant, and he took his shit and left. So, like, they know how to cook the food the way they did, but they don't have all of the stuff because the guy was also the main cook. So, like, it didn't exactly like it depend. Now it depends on who's at the grill. Do they play call? No, no, I will not. Will I detest online shooters. I cannot stand playing them. I have covered this, I believe, on more than one occasion too. I do not like them. I do not like games either because they're kind of no fun without doing online shooting because it's just, and they're all kind of the same thing no matter what you do. Everything from the OG Doom to OG Wolfenstein to whatever the hell they're calling them now. It's just literally just run, 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 stop, run, 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 stop, run. There's nothing exciting about them to me, unless they have a really good storyline to them for some reason. Like Wolfenstein had a pretty cool storyline. Like I kind of like that. I liked Elder Scrolls, amazing storyline. It's still a first-person shooter, so it still gets old on me kind of sometimes, but I can get around it with the storylines being super cool. So it's much better to me. What's Philly cheesesteak? There's two different restaurants that are constantly being claimed as the best in Philly. Which one? Basically, one's nice. I forget what they're called. The one's nice and high end, kind of friendly restaurant. The other one, you go in and you basically get yelled at while you're getting your order. But I had the dirty one, the one that's sold out of the window from the place, and it's I have to say it's well, actually no, it tastes like a damn Philly cheesesteak to me. I just happened to be driving by. And I'm like, oh, that's a place. So I stopped in and I'm like, that's pretty good, but it wasn't anything special. I mean, honestly, I thought the pizza place up here had a better Philly cheesesteak than the one down in that place down in Philly. The brew pub I was at was amazing though. Killer food. The local 49, I think it was. They kind of screwed that up though. It's no longer as good anymore. But then again, it was a brew pub, so it was bound to be messed up because of hipsters. Damn dirty hipsters. Damn dirty apes or damn dirty hipsters. I don't know. I haven't decided which is worse. Need a drink. Need my fuzz water. I haven't had a fuzz water. Ugh. Got my electric heater going. My lactate heater is going. And all the dust from sanding here is making a mess. So I'm trying to figure out some of these spots. The putty's really good. And I'm debating how much I'm actually going to have to get into this. But like things like this area up here, where there's a separation on it no matter what I do, like I don't have to worry about it too much, but I do need to worry to have it cleaned up that I get the fuzzy sections of putty off the side. So that's why this one is almost done already, because I used it as kind of a jumping base for learning how to do this. Because when I take the glue at it, the glue's got a lot of over gluing because I wasn't really careful. I just kind of slobbered it on there. And so I needed to make sure that this was going to be smooth enough that I could deal with it. So I ended up having to do so. But I couldn't do it on camera because it was a lot of just trial and error and boring. Kingston and Leon 2-foot cheesesteak, $13. So you'll see it if you notice the chairs. Once I walked into a that's the problem now. Hipster bars, Mr. Dire Wolf, have become the good dive bars have converted a lot to hipster type bars because hipsters wanted to go to dive bars, but they wanted craft beer. When you go to a true dive bar, you don't get craft beer. You get cheap beer. Maybe something on tap if you're lucky. It's not Budweiser. So, but they wanted all that. So all the local bars around here that were good dive bars started turning into crappy hipster bars. Now, I don't blame them. I mean, there's money in that. I mean, they got to stay open. That's what's coming in. But for the God's sake, man, just get back my car. Yeah. Well, the smoking ordinance here in Harrisburg didn't help either. I'll tell you that. I mean, if majority of your business is food, you had to stop the smoking in the building. So they're like some of the places like I used to go to had a pretty good restaurant involved in them, more or less. And since the restaurant was attached to the bar, they had to stop smoking. And kind of sucks because smoking and drinking kind of go hand in hand, pretty much. I like to sit at the bar and have a cigar already. In most places, I couldn't even do that. See, my favorite hole in the wall bar was down on Second Street in Harrisburg. They had this big explosion where they decided to build a bunch of well, now they're hipster places, but for them, they were like 21 clubs and things like that where people would go down. We actually had an oxygen bar. In case you guys don't know what an oxygen bar is, it's where you go and sit down at a chair and they put scented oxygen containers on little breathing things on your face and you breathe that in. That's you pay for that. Your insurance should cover that. I mean, what the hell? They had a hookah bar down there, but they took it out and put the oxygen bar in. So, yay for health, but stupid. So whatever. But across from all that crap was just two big restaurants. Yeah, you can't smoke anywhere now. So like these two big restaurants were down here, and then there was like right up against each other with this little alley, and then like you go in the restaurant and there was this like a real thin ass staircase in the old building, and you go upstairs. It was a bar called the Brick House, and it was like a little dive bar on the top shelf. It was a brick house because the building was all brick, and like they had like the bar and like some standing chairs up against the wall, and like an entire rail, like a half a like maybe a foot, just big enough to get like your arm and a drink on it out across there. It's a standing bar, is what they call them, and like one chair, and like you could just sit in there and drink in the middle of downtown and disappear, and it was great. It was right on Second Street where everything was built up. Well, the clubs were, and then all of a sudden people found out where the hell it was, and we went in there, and you couldn't even get a place to sit, let alone like get up the stairs to get a drink because they were running drinks downstairs from the bar because they were like, okay, get your drinks, we'll start a tab, and then they're like using like the dumbwaiter that was in the building to bring drinks downstairs from the bar to help people, which was it ruined the bar. The bar was that's the last time I ever went downtown to go drinking and like ever had any fun because I hated it. Then again, I don't go out anymore anyways because the hell with that. It's expensive. Kids are annoying. The only downside to doing it this way is you lose texture. But I got a pretty steady hand for doing this. You don't really put any pressure on the Dremel. You kind of just let it do its thing. It's more of a speed check than anything else. Because you have to be able to read the speed of the blast, speed of the plastic, and know when to quit. Because if you don't, you end up with chewy marks you can't get rid of. Like up here, where I took off the word dual strike. I don't want people recognizing it as a dual strike, because they suck for the most part. Now I don't need to make the word dual strike side of a blaster. I'm probably going to rebrand anyway. little more putty on that. That would not do. As well as I had hoped. Guess I could try that spot putty again. Quick clean up the other side. It's hanging out. There we go. If it hangs out, there's a good chance it gets caught on something. And then that ends up being a problem. You do have to shape the back of this yet. Where are we here? What is your favorite beer or booze? My favorite beer to drink right now is Genesee. My favorite to go to is usually Yingling Lager. My current favorite style is usually a porter, or preferably a stout, which is absolutely great. I love stouts. There's a couple of I had this. Oh my god, cinnamon roll porter from Southern Tier Tire Company. It tastes like a freaking cinnamon roll, and don't get me wrong, I hate beers like this that overwhelmingly not beer flavor. This it's 9.8 proof too, which makes it even worse. It is delicious, but you can't drink more than 2 of them because it's so cinnamon bun cinnamony flavor. It's great. I usually just get things like milk stouts or coffee stouts or coffee milk stouts. I love any kind of real stout like this, especially like the milk stouts or chocolate milk stouts. Hog Wild Brewing Company makes one that's really good, and I enjoy quite a bit. And some company with a frog on it, I'm not sure what it is. Booze is gin, or none, gin soda, gin lime, and some ice. I'm good to go. Hello, Mr. Northumberland. Oh, it doesn't matter, Neo Seeker. You can be as late as you like as long as I'm still here. I'm working on, I'll tell you that in a second. I don't bring to hit the like. Thank you for that'd be cool. Do you like Heineken? I can't remember if I like Heineken. And there's only I can drink it. I know I drink it, so I know I drink it. So I can't say I dislike it, but I don't ever buy it because I think it's overrated. But I don't have a problem drinking it. I mean, only thing I can't really stomach is Budweiser and anything by Trogs. I am building, Mr. Northumberland, this guy. And then it's going to have the stock up in the back here. Like that. What it is a singled, that's almost bad, a singled dual strike. So I get the barrel goes in here. And then unfortunately, there's this massive amount of putty here because it didn't work, and it was on my last one. Watch me fail. Is a now slam fire dual shot or Baron, which made me a little upset because I was over at my buddy Beaker's the other day, and he gave me this. He gave me a Wizard. It's like the exact same kind of body style, and just like as a freaking dual shot. And this would have been a lot better because the Wizard has 4 shots. That would have been great. So look for this being integrated into an Underblaster someday. It'll probably be stuck. I'm gonna turn the sounds off. Probably be stuck into the in the bottom of bloody hell. My 4B, my 4K, my big blast. No, running out of air tanks. My XBZ expanded XBZ Raider. That's pretty good. Oh, she did something. What'd she do? So why didn't that work? I'll talk to my sister for a second. I have to look. Okay, I'm gonna turn the sounds off. It's annoying. So you turn this off. Yes. There we go. Okay, there we go. Right. Cocktail. It's a coconut. It's coconut with rum. No, I haven't tried that, but I actually enjoy quite a bit of rum, honestly. My dirtiest drink that I like to drink is something, I think it's pronounced Jacqueline's. Jacqueline's Rye. It's found on the bottom shelf in any liquor store, and it's like $6-7 for the bottle. It's heavy and stout, coffee syrup like, very syrup like, and has bits of fruit in it, so you have something to stare at or wonder how you get out of there, because the fruit basically turns into candy in the bottom, but it's not a good idea to eat it. Like the rind, like even the rinds on the oranges are completely dissolved, and the seeds inside the oranges are completely dissolved. It's nothing about it's a good idea, but it's like 85 proof. So if you want to get trashed, you had a really bad day, or get fired from your job, it does the trick pretty well. I have to give it that. Okay, I forgot. I hadn't shaped the back half of this stupid thing in. I gotta figure out how to shape that in there. So we're gonna do even more grinding and almost knock my computer the hell over. There we go. Let's try to get this squared up. Whoa! That bit is not in there worth a damn. Cool, refreshing taste of JB Waterwell. I want to cut this back so it's a bit more comfortable. Because when you have your hand on it, it does kind of dig in. Try a Four Horsemen. No. I've had 3 Wisemans. I don't like them. Those are dang. Those are bad. One of those shots that are unnecessary. Somebody, one of your friends thinks it's a good idea. One of your friends thinks it's a good idea. Like a prairie fire. Gasoline. Something along those lines. And your wise ass friends are like, oh, let's get I want to do shots. And somebody's like, let's get mind erasers. Because, the name's not a warning or anything. Why should something be called a mind eraser have a warning? Its name be a warning. It's definitely not a thing. Okay. Well, that looks like that. These in there pretty good. Let's see how that feels. Sharp. This is stock. I keep forgetting I gotta do this with the stock. Stock has to be right side up. Yep, that works. Yeah. Maybe a little more. What exactly is in a Four Horsemen, Mr. Direwolf? Because I don't know what's in that one. Probably something like 3 kinds of bourbon and tequila, too. Just something unnecessary. What it's going to be. Oh, with another, yep, see, what did I just say? Yep, completely unnecessary. The 3 wise ones are hard to keep down as they are. You can't imagine that's going to be any easier. I mean, last time I tried to drink a 3 Wiseman, I literally, like, just puked it back up immediately. I didn't even puke it up. It, like, went down, hit my stomach, and came right back out, right into the glass. And I did that twice trying to take the shot. My body immediately rejected it. It wanted nothing to do with it. That was my buddy Jason's birthday. 35th, I think. 35th, maybe? 32nd? I don't even remember. No big surprise. No big surprise. I don't remember. Started off the night drinking 90 racers. They're supposed to be sipped at, but we don't. We pound them. 90 racers and 3 straws. So you get to the bottom of theirs first, and then you pay if you lose. You do that 3 or 4 times. There's a lot of booze in those. They are not user friendly. I need to lip on that one too. I know you guys can't see, but I need to be able to get close in on this one so I can see what I'm getting at here. I'm trying to round the edge off so I can get the burrs down on it. If I have to test fit it again here. It's easy to see them when they're in your face. In your face. Sandpaper does not last as long as the other stuff does. My buddy got it from Harbor Freight. Big surprise. Cheap sandpaper, huh? Gotta make it sandpaper well. E&J. Oh God, yeah. Oh, I love EJ. EJ Sour Apple. God. I like brandy too. Stripper and the liquor. I guess they're kind of the same thing. Both are liquors, huh? That's live on camera. Good boy. Yes, I have a cousin named Brandy. Just thought of that. Yeah. Oh, she's a teacher, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Yeah. Oh, this is working somewhat out. There we go. Nice and smooth, except for there. Yeah, brandy is interesting stuff. Oh, my goddamn nail. That hurt. Oh, let's see if the shell's in one piece. That worked. Well, that's a good glue after all, I guess. Story of Brandy. Brandy. Yeah, I'm fine. I just bent my nail back further than, it's like the thing when you bend your nail back and it should have broke, but it doesn't. It just decides not to break because, if it broke, it wouldn't have been painful. Like anybody that's ever picked up boxes for a living or like knows exactly what the hell that is. Like just your nail wants to be a dick and just bend instead of snapping so it can hurt. Probably should trim my pinky nail. I might do it. Anyways, Brandy. One of the things that colonists were responsible for was getting alcohol to the turnaround on it was relatively quick. Getting booze back to the to England, because they weren't allowed to really make their own and have it because they were paying them for it and the supplies to do so, which is actually a bigger driver than the on the Boston Tea Party than anything else. So yeah, they don't teach you that in school. You end up so they end up the wine would spoil off and go bad. And it wouldn't ship well across. Yeah, that's much better. It wouldn't ship well across, the freaking ocean because it took like months for this shit to get there and it would sour out. And that would, nobody wanted to buy it then. So what they started doing was taking the wine and basically distilling it down into a better substance, more sturdy than they take it at in the colonies, and they would water it back down. Well, the colonists caught word of this because they catch word of this shit because people people do crap like that. They figure it out, so they started getting a hold of just the wine casks themselves that were the boiled down wine or distilled down wine, and they started. They literally just started like, you know what? Just sell us this. We'll start doing this. So they're like, well, they're stealing all this. Like, fine, we're just gonna sell this then, and that will be that. And that's kind of how brandy got started. It's just a further distilled process of wine for the most part. And that's pretty much EJ's known for. Mike Rowe did a thing on how beer built America, but there's a book out there on the same title and another one about booze in America, and it covers prohibition runners and stuff like that. But it dates all the way back to like Plymouth Rock, to like one of the reasons that the Plymouth landed where they did, the Pilgrims landed where they did, is because they were out of beer. They they used a part of their supplies. They had more supplies for eating and stuff, but they ran out of booze. So they needed to be able to restock and get themselves going up again. That's one of the reasons they settled where they did, so they could get their booze supply back up. And it didn't work out for them right away, because the story of the first Thanksgiving that they tell you in school is a bold-faced freaking lie. Indians didn't come over to help us. We came over and they were tolerating us, and they basically just invited themselves to a feast, and everybody was too scared to say anything because, like typical Americans, were literally like shooting guns like a party. So everyone's drinking and hooting and shooting guns off, and the freaking Indians hear this noise and they're like, "We gotta go put our fucking neighbors in check, man." So they walk over as a show of force, and they just basically sit the hell down. They're like, "Hey, what are you gonna do? We're freaking Indians. Give me a plate of food." And it wasn't like a happy-go-lucky Squanto, saves the poor colonists. That's the whitewashed version, literally the whitewashed version of it. Watch a show called Adam Ruins Everything. You can find a pretty good description of how it worked right there, because it wasn't good. Just like Sacagawea and all her stuff. Yeah, that was. She wasn't just willingly going; she was sold. She was a slave already. We can't teach our kids this in school, though, because somebody might get offended by actually having to learn the real truth of America. Can't have that. Can't. It has to be a BS truth. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody gets exactly what they want to learn. A load of crap. I gotta fix that stupid hole. I can do that from the back. Cone, do I don't have a cone on there? Cone of silence. Where is my Dremel bits? Because I don't need them at the moment. Where is my pocket knife? Let me need a pocket knife. And my putty. Okay, here we go again. More putty and sanding, putty and sanding. You keep doing it. Just gotta keep putty and sanding. Stuff's much easier to work with when it warms up, man. I'll tell you that much. Does not like moving around too much when it's cold. A total of 10 people currently find you interesting, or at least put their phones down and walked away. Either way, it's viewing hours. Speaking of which, I believe I have decided I am looking into Patreon now, and I am looking into. We're probably got to open up the super chat thing. I want to have my P.O. box up and running again. I think I could get enough for that. But as far as Patreon goes, I'm not entirely sure. I think I may have mentioned this already in the stream. I don't remember. Maybe I was thinking out loud in my head, thinking loudly. I want to kind of. I'm not sure exactly how I want to. I'm thinking of the Patreon thing. I'm thinking of opening up the Patreon. But I don't know how to do benefits of being a Patreon of me other than just, looking at me and smiley happiness of you giving me money, which is shallow and not good. There has to be a better benefit than just me saying thank you, which should be more than plenty, but you people are awful and needy. So, savages. So, I'm thinking I got to figure something else out. I got to work pretty quickly here because this is going to dry up fast. I am not going to be able to get it quick if I don't move my butt. This was all dumped in here. This part is not on there. Uh-oh. Bad timing, Connie. Knew this was going to happen. There you go. No, I was going to forget to take that off. Just do that sexy dance. Yeah, like every day in your email account until you just, can't take it anymore. Start sending me bombs. Too soon? Too soon? Remember, I'm a registered Democrat. No, I'm not. I actually don't know what the hell I am. Preferably not human, but that wasn't my choice. Parents were human. I had to be born that way. So I don't quite know exactly what I'm going to do. That's outside. I have to work quick, so I'm trying to keep two thoughts together and one in my ear. I don't exactly know how I'm going to handle being a Patreon benefit yet. So something will come of that sooner or later. But for now, I think the super chat thing is going to be opened up because that makes. Yeah, I am Polish. We've covered that too. I am one of the most bravest people from war, with the brave descendants of World War II. We took on the Germans they had tanks. We had horses. It could have been French where you just, bend over and surrender, but nope. I built a giant defensive wall. It did absolutely nothing. The Mesomir wall, I think it's the Mesomir wall. I think it's what it was. Built this giant fortified wall facing Germany, and the German army just marched the hell around it. They didn't do a damn thing with it. Never fired a freaking shot. They just marched right the hell around it. Like, yep, oh, it's a really cool defensive wall. It'd be really sad if somebody just marched right around it. It'd be really bad if somebody just did that. This is why I don't like this putty. Try to work in small sections, but the time's already up. Get a slower curing of this. Yeah, I know the other stuff. Don't even bother saying it. The other stuff works out slower too. I know that, but it's not. It doesn't set fast enough. I need somewhere between like 5 minutes and a day to have this stuff set, so it's usable by me. I don't need the whole quick set day thing. I need the quicker set, but I don't need the day. It's the reason I use the 5-minute epoxy, because it gives me enough time. And I also have 1-minute epoxy. I also have that around too. So, yeah, see, that's already lost its sticky. So that little piece, that wasn't that bad though. I didn't lose that much this time. That little piece went away, so I'm going to have to get more here. See if I can cut a thinner donut from my disc. Probably if I used a better knife, I could get thinner hunks, but razors don't last long on this crap. It tends to ruin them. So I'm just going to go here and put that thing back on. I'm not going to need to worry about it. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the benefits of being a Patreon. Like, maybe I'll just have, like, I'll work on one of these blasters, and when it's done, like, the Patreons get like first crack at it, or I can make you guys like Springer power. Well, Springer. I work predominantly in Springers. I could make it some kind of like you guys get the first crack at these, or like I give you like something decent, or sell off one of my things to you, or some. I don't know yet. I haven't figured all this out because I was kind of against the Patreoning things for a little bit, but I think operations costs to get my channel up the way I'd like it, it would be a not bad idea. Not completely horrible idea, at least. Making snakes! Making snakes! Yeah, put this in here while I'm thinking about it. I'm not even deluding myself thinking I'm going to get like a whole bunch of people. I mean, I'm literally thinking like 2 or 3 people will give me like $1. That would be more than enough to handle most things for me quite easily. I'm not dumb. Even big old Walcom doesn't walk away with $1 million every night. This must be frustrating. He's Volcom. Volcom. Every time I hear his name, I think you're the Viacom. Which never liked King of the Hill that much, to be honest. Okay, now I need a piece at the back end of this. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my Etsy too. I don't quite know. I had a bunch of blasters built up, but I sold them off like I'm supposed to, because that's what you do. And it'd be nice to have more. I got more. I do. I got more sitting under here. To do it again. I just haven't gotten to it. I think Etsy would be a good forum to start, but I'm not entirely sure I'd stick with them. I mean, I actually did get a whole lot of I have a lot of things on Vistaprint that I made to put on Etsy. There's a lot of things on there that are made to go to Etsy right now. Some of them are what you'd expect, little, like little pictures of the things that I've drawn. Some of them are pictures of blasters that I've drawn. I'm actually currently looking into pins and have to looking into patches again, because now I have to. That didn't work out. Kind of sucked. Looking into patches again, as I have to put more of the work in this time for the patches, because it's supplier kind of fell through a bit. It's not going to work out as well as I had thought. So, yeah, it's just starting to lose adhesion qualities. And I gotta get that out to that edge so I can get this on here. Which can hang over then. Yeah. Tasty. There we go. Now, where's that massive hole very quickly? Let's see. Fingernail that. Get that shaped up. And we'll see. Now we play the waiting game as putty dries. Yeah, I have quite a few things like on Etsy's and like other stores like that I just haven't put out yet because like the money involved to start it is not there. But I was talking to the guys at Birch Blasters at their last war, and they had these little pins. I don't have, of course, it's on my other hat. They're about the size of a nickel. And they were just kind of handing them away. And it was like $600 for like a giant freaking bag of them or something like that. It wasn't expensive at all. And I thought, oh crap, I might actually be able to swing a smaller bag of those then, because they underestimated how many they bought. It was literally like a bag of holding amount. It was a lot. And I figure if I got to get a hold of them to figure out what it was, I can start by selling little clowny Nerf pins, and like sell them off quickly, and probably like $1 or 50 cents a piece or something. I can stuff them in a freaking envelope or with a card or something, and it would work out just fine. Patches were a bit more. Everybody knows what I look like, though. Everybody knows what I look like, though. I mean, it's already here. I mean, all my other videos are face. Like I could review my ass. I mean, my giant white hairy ass. Or like go on for the patrons, and like if I don't get patrons, then I reveal my hairy white ass. I think I'd probably do better that way. Keep Clowny from showing you his ass. Yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea. Nobody wants to look at my ass. Even I don't want to look at my ass. It's behind me. It's a good thing it's behind me. It's my ass. Is putty dry yet? Running out of things to babble about here in a second. I mean, I have plenty of extra mods and blasters sitting around here. I actually have to try to downsize through. It'd be nice to get rid of some of that crap. It really would. Because God knows that stuff starts to choke you up after a while. You get too much of it, and then like it's the collection hoarding aspect of this hobby that is brutal with things like that. It's just too much of the stuff laying around. I don't know what to do with part of it. I gotta sell it off like the damn Raptor Strike. I hate the Raptor Strike. I gotta get rid of the Raptor Strike. It's just sitting in a box. I have to remember to pack up some of this crap when I go to a war and see if I can like sell some of it off, or just like be done with it, or use it for a prize or something like that. I was gonna send some to a gambler for his trunk or treat thing, but I didn't have the money. I still don't have the money in order to send them. But we wouldn't get to them by now, that's for damn sure. But we didn't have the money to be able to send the kind of stuff I wanted to them. Oh, I thought I used a whole piece of freaking. Oh, I didn't. Ah, damn it. Oh, shit. All my patterns just hit the floor. And they're just going to spoil out of the damn package. Of course they are. Ah! Stupid cheap. Ah! Ah, my finger's on my ass. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. That's the way you make it smell a ham pop up everywhere. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Burning my ass on my heater. Oh, patterns. Well, I guess the one pattern fell out. It's pattern holster for something. Not entirely sure which one. Probably the Maverick. Probably my Maverick holster. I don't have a Maverick holster though. Damn it! What the hell? What the hell is that pattern? I didn't use one for the Busby Pirate pistol. I didn't use one for the other one, so it has to be a Maverick holster. I did make one out of other pieces of cardboard though. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like I used that one as stage to actually make a pattern and then traced it. So a good chance of that. This is really hard on your razor blades doing that. Get these pieces of garbage off the desk. Because I can make room for more garbage on my desk. Face concealed. Now we're talking. Hey. Now we're thinking. Face concealed. Yep. Make Clowny hide his ugly mug. Sick of spitting your coffee out across the floor every morning when you turn on your YouTube channels? You can fix it because you aren't smart enough to unsubscribe. Put by ad space. You have to do it, you know. Wow, this Harbor Freight stuff is awful. It loses grit, and this is a heavy grit too. Like, this is a heavy freaking grit. It's like 60 and 80, and it doesn't freaking stay. It just loses freaking grit. And that's the other stuff in 3M works better. This stuff is garbage. This is really garbage. My God, I have a freaking palm sander. I was gonna try to work on some foam things, but not with this. I mean, because I have to make pads for the sander. But it's one of those kinds of sanders. It has pads with it. I can buy pads. I was gonna stop by the old Harbor Freight up there and get some freaking pads, but not if this thing doesn't hold up. I mean, it's not worth like the $3 less to buy this than it is to actually just buy real sandpaper. One of the reasons if I buy treat Dremel bits, I watch what I buy, because some of the treat Dremel bits are just true garbage. I like the stone because I don't wear down. I'm gonna knock some of this down here because the sandpaper's crap. I think my chuck's wearing out. I'll dig up the other one from somewhere because I'm not getting a good grip. I'll try to clean it. I might get better work out of it that way. be doing this with both sides at the moment. Oh, yeah, these were the videos are going to start to get kind of boring because I'm not like going to be building massive stuff. It's going to be a lot of standing. This is what I was talking about last time. You know how much you guys are going to put up with this. Because it's definitely not having the same kind of numbers I had for the other stuff. So I may have to work on quite a bit of this other stuff off camera in order to progress it further so I can get to the next project, which may or may not be that pistol thing, which has already kind of disappeared somewhere. That was fast. Or my Strife project. Yes, I think Strife. It's not really a Strife project, though. It's a Strife project, but it's not really a Strife. Or my, what do they call the damn thing? I don't remember what they call the bastard. It's a Firefly construction I have. That's a fun one. Maybe I'll do the Firefly next. I think you guys will get a kick out of that. That originally was going to be the Merge Master entry, but I couldn't keep working on it because I came to a spot where it needed to stop because I couldn't figure out what I was doing next. I think I came up with a solution for it. I think I might have to test that with the Strife project first, because that will be more of an integration than it'll be an easier integration. Because they're both like complete next level integration than Firefly one will be, for sure. But the Firefly one I've been thinking of for years. I'd really like to just have it done. And for once. I should probably put a screw or something in these. So these two sides are going to have to match. The easiest way to do that is just going to be me flipping back and forth between the two of them. Yep. Like that. Putty's not absurdly straight, but I'm not too concerned about it. Man, it's not like it's being entered into contests. Though I am kind of the perfectionist and really want to see it done the way it's supposed to be. Didn't I put putty over here yet too? I missed that spot. Ah, shithead. Just have to get tighter. Yeah, that thing get a little solider. You won't know till I get paint on it though to see exactly where the hot spots are going to be on here. I can already see some of them. Some of them are pretty obvious, but depends on how much I want to put into it to make it work. More or less, I'm not sure. Probably less. Less is always more, and less is more, right? Where do I get my inspiration from? My own defunct mind. Sometimes I look at things like the Forgotten Weapons page and think I might be able to build that. And then it turns into something else. Or Beaker, like with the mega shot, with the mega rough cut, Beaker gave me the idea by telling me to build something completely different. I thought that's what he had said to build, that he was going to work on, and then I just kind of got bored one day, and I'm like, I'm going to work on this. I hope work on this idea because Beaker said, I should probably try doing something like this. So I built it, and he's like, that's not at all what I said you should freaking work on, man. Wasn't even close. I still haven't done what he wanted to work on. It was a kind of an integration for the what do they call them? The damned Hornet shells. Hornet shells inside of a double shot. Shade actually has one built that way, but he hasn't finished it yet. It's been a long time. I may have to ask him if I can take it over, because the Hornet shells fit right the hell in there. Yeah, he's trying to make it staged so it would shoot more than one at a time. So he could shoot two, and then he could shoot one and shoot the other like the double shot does. Side by side, by the way. But he didn't. And I said, you know what? You could always add another trigger or something, but I think it'd be cool just to have it shoot two off at once. It wouldn't be absurdly practical for warring, but I mean, honestly, I'm not concerned about practicality in warring half the time. Anyways, I've more than one opportunity to buy or use stuff that's, absurdly war practical. If I want a war practical, I'd buy a Strife or a crossbow, or, well, not crossbow, a pump bow or something like that. I can get practical. Practical's easy. Practical's not necessarily fun, though. There's a lot more things out there that are fun than just that. There's so much more. That goes down and up. I might have to add more putty to cosmetic that side, but it's actually turning out pretty good. It's not really a straight answer, unfortunately, man. I wish it was. It's a good slice of just looking at people's stuff and then my own brain coming up with really weird ideas. Like there's a kid right now on one of the pages that's taking a Hyperfire and has it with the stock, and it looks like an old Lewis gun. I looked right at that and I'm like, crap, I'd like to build that, but I immediately know exactly how I'm going to change it if I build it. Not a Hyperfire, damn it. Hailfire. A Hailfire. And I know how I would build it if I was to build it. I saw that and thought that's a neat idea. I do have plans to go up and build one someday. It's not a priority with the 8 other projects I got going right now. Plus something owed. Can't really call it a commission. Something owed. The worst case scenario, you just end up breaking your stuff up. You just make weird stuff. Thought about doing a Facebook group for that too, but I don't know if I could yell at kids for putting their stripes on there, or like I put this on a Maverick and that's weird. I would feel really bad about telling the kid that that's not weird. That's not what it's here for. That's the epitome of the stuff that I kind of hate about this community. Slamming somebody down for trading their stuff. Being a dick. Far too many dicks. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. I have to walk and get a can of air. Keep forgetting to do that. Set a reminder. There. Oh, of course, that just breaks right off. I guess that's where the putty was starting to get old. It's starting to form up. Let's form Puttytron. I am learning neat things with this one, though. I mean, like where to hide my lines. Like, I purposely put this over here along this line because not only is it under, but it's there. I was going to build this out more, but if I just go here, I can go down and over. And then there's a line that I can run here with this, so it works out better. Like up here, I built this. I put the lines from it back into it because it'll hide better, although you'll be able to plainly see that it's putty because it's textured and not textured. And I had my inspiration just from talking to friends. I don't know, you just make stuff. It's the best I can tell you. Make stuff. See people building all kinds of cool things. Go low in the YouTube channels. I mean, every time you see a strife, scroll past it. Don't pay attention to it. Stop looking at it. Makes me wonder what happened to Walton's pistol thing he was working on. I wonder if he's still working on that, or if maybe I can get him to ship that to me and I can work on that. I'd like to finish one of Wacom's builds. That'd be fun. Finish one of the builds somebody else made. I'll get their permission to kind of like build one if they give up on it. I don't mind that at all. Gives me an idea for the rough cut. Wonder if I could take two of those wizards, stuff them inside of the rough cut. Now it's still 4 darts on a tube, but when you prime it, it would rotate the mechanism. Side by side like that. Make 2 upside down primings based with the rough cut shell. Something underneath that runs on an air tank to have the space. See, stuff like that. It just pops into my brain. No reason. Oh, we're up to 10 now. Oh, I feel privileged. Watch me sand! And we drop. 8, 9. That's funny. Shit, he's just sanding. Screw this. Although I'm putting serious consideration to making a drawing part of this, not a different channel, and adding just drawing to this stuff. So, like, you'll be able to watch me do live drawings, which are kind of boring, but I probably won't be as interactive as I would with anything else because I don't look at I don't pay attention when I do drawing stuff. The world gets blocked out. That's one of the reasons I like that. Oh, that's why. Is that a flake? Yes, it is. That's a flake. After that, maybe. Why won't you line up, you prick? There we go. Oh, that's a good flake, too. That is not one I can get under. Not getting under that one. Nope. Okay. That side's pretty. For the most part. Should probably hit this while I'm thinking about it. With some better sandpaper. So it actually takes stuff off. Hello, Sarge. This is ugly. It's got to come off this way. Yep. That was a power tool kind of thing. That was for damn sure. Come on. What's up? Go on. Go on. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. Never thought of drawing a comic and starring the new... Actually, yeah. You guys seen, or maybe you have on some of the packages, but you've seen the clowny face guy. There's actually, he has a body. When my buddy was in prison, I sent him comic books, comic strips. And I have an idea for comic strips with there are YouTubers and things like that involved in them. I just don't have enough solid stories to or free time to get at it, where I could do a couple of them and have one out like one a month or something like that. Because I really, really would like to. I just haven't gotten around to like getting at it and really trying to make something of it. Because I have some other character designs, and it all stems from the original character design being from the Clowny is actually the Clowny cartoon character is actually was a Charlie Manson at one point, but I wanted to use the what the hell was I? I had an idea for making a retail comic using that character as a retail worker at Walmart. So I have a whole line of people made up for that cartoon. It was the manager, the zombie had basically zombies that just walked around because they were the lifers. They handled the stuff. Management was the one manager in the building that you could always find was I didn't have a good name for him yet. I just called him Pull String Dave. He was literally a punching bag because he was the middle manager. It was literally a punching bag that you pull a string on him, and he only says like 5 or 6 phrases and just agrees with everything. So that was like, yeah. And by the way, he looked totally like somebody I worked with. So security was actually a neat idea by my buddy Steve. And he said he'd make this. I had a cool idea for like security, like stalking people. He's like, just like being the cameras. He's like, no, you need to make them formless shadows that just bend around things. And I'm like, I could have so much fun with that. But yeah, I have designs for some of the guys I play with. Design for Griever, DX. You probably don't know who them guys are. I drew up a little picture of Drac and Bobo and them guys, like some sketches of them for the idea of the comic book, but the comic strip. But I never had any really good, solid storylines that I could do that weren't most likely to piss them off, because it was all based on the political versions of our hobby, which I don't get into anymore because it was no fun. But I kind of would like to start the comic book back up again. Or start the sketching on actually. Debating how much of this I want to keep doing tonight. It's 8:30. I'm hungry again for some reason. Shouldn't be hungry. Get for supper, eat breakfast, and then some decent lunch. Somebody's got to bless me. Or keep an eye out for me, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm the best. You guys are more than welcome to sign the petition for that, though. But that's definitely good. Oh no! Now I got Rocky in my head. You're the best around. No one's ever gonna keep you down. Should have used the knife to cut this off over. Not the scratch. Should have used a knife over here to cut that off like I did on the other side, because now I gotta grind it. Use a pocket knife to take it down when it's still kind of hardening. It makes life easier. You have to sit through all of this. Oops, little beep there. Worry about, damn it, like see, like stuff like that. Where you nick the plastic that you don't want to hit, which isn't cool. I gotta get a little fan. I don't mean a midget. Can't take the competition. Yeah, see, this is just dull enough that I can peel. I gotta peel this away. Yeah, good guy, bad guy. Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. I'm the guy with the gun. Or I'm not all that good. Or I forget the other lines. They have like 8 lines for that. That line on there covered. Yeah, that's covered. Okay. So, crappy piece of sandpaper first. It'll level it down. I can see what it looks like. And I fold it because it's going to need to be less aggressive. When you get in here. Actually, you know what? You know why I'm doing it that way? Like a chump. Like a chump. Doing it like a chump, Crowder. Quit being a chump. I got these. Fingernail sticks. Yeah, see? Doesn't quite take as much off. People have only got a new screwdriver and a pack of electric tape. Just a 10-pack. You should have went to Ollie's. Ollie's will give you like 1 million. Go to Ollie's, gives a lifetime supply of electric tape, duct tape, and like anything else Ollie's sells. It wasn't Harbor Freight. They're the devil. They fired your Uncle Clowny. You don't deserve my business after I buy more stuff from them coming up. Then you take that 20% coupon and shove it up their butt. Take your 20% coupon. Oh, God, that was one of the funniest things I heard while I was short stint of working there. There was an old dude that came in the store and he was looking for something and they didn't have it. So, like, he made the thing about, oh, I drove all the way here. And I had no sympathy for people that are like, they drove all the way here because I don't care where you live. I used to live in Halifax and then drive all the way there to go to work on a nightly basis down in Harrisburg. So my commute was like an hour at least. Like it was like 20 minutes, like hour, 30 minutes going up. And then like if I left the normal time, sometimes it would be like 45 minutes to an hour going home. And most of the time I had to turn around and go right back into work in the morning. So like I'd be out till 10 o'clock and it's like, yeah, I don't really care that you drove all the way here. Plus, you know, I'm a retail associate, so I don't really care about what the hell you say anyways. Because no, we don't need to have a heart. We don't have to kick a rat's ass unless you want to. I didn't want to. And so the dude's like, he's like, well, can I get some money off on it and stuff like that? And the guy's like, the manager's trying to dodge the question the best that he can. And the guy's like, well, can I or can't? He's like, yeah, well, the manager's like, well, the best I can do is give you 20%. And before the guy has a chance to finish his breath, The old dude just looks him square in the eyes and he goes, "Well, I got a damn coupon that'll do that." I had to walk away because I never. He just, as the look on the boss's face was pretty damn good. He got beat. He got beat and he got beat fast. That was funny as hell. I loved it, and I couldn't say anything about it. I'm just a lowly floor slug. Floor slug! No, I want my Max comics. There's a lot more glue on this side than the other one. Glue. So the putty comes up at a different rate than the glue. So I should have tested this over there on the other side, but I didn't. I took all the glue down before I put the putty on it. I skipped that step over here. I'm trying to fast track this. And I think it's going to come back to bite me a little bit. Because it's not as smooth sanding as it was on the other one. There's a slight ridge up here. I'm trying to match. It's not really thick. It's just very light. That's going to be a problematic spot. I wish I could get my razor. The trick is showing, I got to find where the edge is. Well, it looks like I left most of that off of here. On this here, so I can try to make it match the best I can. Because the cuts weren't square because I don't have a bandsaw. I still got to remember to see if I can zoom this camera in. It's okay, or do you guys prefer the other one where it was a little closer, you could see more what I was doing? The Dremel's kind of unavoidable. What I need to be able to do is switch cameras. So I can get a nice close-in view. Oh, that's a big gap. How did I not see that? Ooh. I got two cameras. I only have two USB ports. One's got the mouse in it. I guess, well, when the chat window goes down, it's kind of a pain. Okay. I'm sure somebody out there will see this and go, "Why is he using his Dremel tool so much? My God, he's using the stone." Well, yeah, I use that stone for almost everything, damn it. That thing gets used all the freaking time. That's a go-to piece of equipment for me. That's flaking off. That's not good. Shouldn't really do that. I mixed it up really good. That's where the warm stuff was, too. I had a problem with it flaking off before when I mixed up cold. It's warm here. Warm in here. Warm inside. Oh, I'm really getting hungry. Pierogies. Pierogies. I love pierogies. In fact, if I wasn't so broke right now, I'd probably go up to the Dollar for pierogies. Oh wait, I got grilled cheese stuff though. I wonder if I have a can of tomato soup. Oh, that'd be great. I could really kind of eat grilled cheese right now. That'd be delicious. I tried to make grilled cheese last week. I didn't have any bread. I had very little butter. I used hot dog rolls. Don't do that. It doesn't really work out so well. Even if you try to turn them the other way, it just doesn't work. Hot dog rolls do not bread make. That is for damn sure. There we go. That ridge right on there. I should probably be using a lower grit of sandpaper for doing this. I'm going to tear this damn thing in half. But this stuff doesn't last long enough. The lower grit stuff just doesn't hold up at all. It flakes right off, which I covered earlier. This stuff seems to, I get a good aggressive chop and then it kind of bleeds down real quick and I get a nice polish to it, which is one of the reasons I keep this busted ass sanding block around. So there's not a lot of grit left on the damn thing, if any, but it does a really good job at like smoothing this stuff down really far with just what's left on it, so I can see things like little hot spots here. You can see them immediately as soon as I do that. You can immediately see them, so I can get at them pretty quickly without having to use the glazing putty, which is amazingly stinky right now. So I'm going to open up this. Yeah, it's skillet grilled cheese. I actually have a cast iron pan I like to use for that. Not my only, but my favorite little cast iron pan. People like to use cast iron pans for display. So when I was at the antique store, yes, I went antiquing with a buddy of mine, because we had to pass them all every day and going to work. So we decided to stop and start looking at these damn places. I got this lady had a pile of cast iron pans, and they were all like $2. Didn't give a shit what size they were because they were just $2. So I bought like a good medium-sized cast iron pan. My buddy bought a really cool flat skillet, which was neat. I didn't see it. I would have bought it, bastard. But he's the one that took me over to the pans. I so would have bought that if he hadn't have bought it. I guarantee I would have. It's a cast iron skillet for frick's sake, man. I mean, that's all day. That's $2 all day, every day, man. The guy at the magic shop said, I want to buy all the commons, some of the commons, and I went up and he was looking through them because he had magic tattoos on his arms. Because he just got his DCI judge stuff taken care of. So it's kind of one of those guys. And he starts picking out my stuff, and he's like, that doesn't go in there, that doesn't go in there. He's like, no. Like, and he pulls out the lightning bolts. I had a stack of lightning bolts like this, and he threw them in. He's like, no, these are $3 a pop. And I'm like, dude, no, they're commons. He's like, it's a lightning bolt, man. It's $3 all day, every day. And I'm like, yeah, you prick. Like, I can't argue with that. I never went back to that shop, though. It ended up closing. It didn't work well. It was a shame, a little bit. Transvestite that worked in there was pretty cool. I forget what her name was, or his name. I think it's his name because it's post pre-op. Doesn't matter. I don't give a crap. Just a really cool human. Oh my god, killer freaking decks that she had. Brutal. Taught me a neat trick with the rats, I'll tell you that much. That sounds dirty. Not the same one Richard Gere uses. Yeah, people don't use their cast iron pans. I don't know why people wouldn't use cast iron pans. They hang up for decoration. I mean, okay, fine. Go. I mean, I watch, free flea market flip for neat ideas for stuff, for decoration ideas and things. My buddy found some really cool glass top, metal end tables that he ended up literally like wire brushing. He blackened them and wire brushed them, and then blacked them again, and then wire brushed them again, and then polished them down, and it made this really neat wire brushing look on them. He turned around and sold them for a freaking mint because they looked so cool. And he pulled them out of the damn garbage. You didn't have to pay a damn thing for them. He sold them for like $50 a pop. Like a day's worth of work. He was a bit more than 50 now that I think about it. He looked pretty hipster. Hipsters are good for something, I guess. Why? Oh, because it's glue. That's why. Well, these were like 12. They like everything was like 12-inch skillets and stuff. So it's like it wasn't like it was an unusable size, like a 4-inch skillet or something, where it's only like an egg. These were like 12-inch and 10-inch, 12-inch, 10-inch. Like 24-inch pans. I would have bought one of the huge ones, but like I didn't need I didn't need a huge pan. I just needed something manageable. So like a 12-inch skillet was good. I think mine might actually be 10. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. I have to go dig it back out again because it always gets in the bottom of my stuff. Just slather it in oil. Slather it in oil and put it back in the little Rubbermaid container so the mice don't get at it. It's the time of the winter now, and mice will be trying to invade my house. Probably should actually be clean because some guy's gonna come look at my place tomorrow. So I might get lucky and sell it by the end of the month, but I doubt it. My luck's not that good. Well, the timing for that kind of luck would be good because it's literally like the end of the month would be Thanksgiving, so that would be appropriate for my luck. Yeah, my dad got one of those induction cooker things, and when he realized he couldn't use his cast iron on it anymore, and he was really mad, so he went out and like got a flame thing that runs on. Like he went out and now he's got a whole array of cast iron things just to use outside on the grill because he had to make sure he could use his cast iron, which I don't blame him. But it's really, I mean, it wasn't for what they paid for the induction stove. I would have probably done it too, but mine's gas, so. Is the camera freaking out? I didn't notice. I haven't been paying attention to it. Yeah. See, the camera gives me a direct feed, so it's not. I don't get uh, a good read of exactly what the hell's going on with it this way because I just kind of get to see. I mean, technically, I guess I could pull up YouTube and run YouTube on my phone or something while I'm doing, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, but I'm not gonna. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna call this for the night and let this go. Maybe putty that. Oh, that's not a gap. That's a shell thing. I might probably sand this tomorrow. Oh, that's like a tracking issue or something. I gotta fill this white thing in. Yeah, probably just gonna take it and fill it in with putty so it bumps out, and that way it matches the other side. And that'll probably be the end of that. So I think I'm gonna call this for the night because I'm hungry and I'm tired. I don't know when this dude gonna be here tomorrow. I should probably go scrub the turlets. Should scrub the turlets, and I gotta definitely wash my hands up here. Ugh, what a mess. Oh, dust goes over everything. Surprising anything here works anymore. All right, guys. Good night. Pleasant night. Whatever night. Uncle Clowny's watching. Peace. Far out stuff. Thanks for sticking with me. Something. I don't know. I'm gonna go get food. Peace, guys.